Hi, everybody. Welcome to your Tuesday coaching call. My name's Lee Honish. I am joined, of course, by our CEO, Derek Kelly. How are you, DK?
I am good. Good morning, everyone.
And as always, the COO and the guy I talk to the most about these things, the guy in the field, mortgage broker, and real estate professional, my friend, Fred Solomon. How are you, Fred?
Hey, Lee. Good morning. Good morning, Derek.
Good morning. No dog. It must be windy out there. We're having a little bit of internet with you, Fred. I can always tell when it's windy there just by your internet. I don't know what that is about Indio and that valley when it's windy. There's like whatever it was. But that's okay.
Today.
Yeah, it is beautiful today. Actually, I'm hoping to get out and actually get a little time out on the boulevard. We'll see. I have a lot of red calls today. For everybody on the call, if you go through the chat bar, there is a link that will take you to the advocate videos. I'll share those in just a second, and I'll follow up with an email afterwards. The only one that Sally might have pointed this out. Sally's don't seem to be up there, and I know how many I've shot with her, so that's a little weird. Number two, we've taken down and we're rebuilding our website. So if you are looking at an option of joining at one of the old prices, we kind of warned you of this moment, and it's kind of happening right now. However, I know that there are a few of you that really want to do red videos. So if you look in the chat bar description right now, there is a link for you to do so. There you go. It's $100 a week. We shoot video. You sign up Tuesday through Thursday. In fact, I got weird ones. I don't mind when you guys who are not red jump on the emails, because I just make sure it kind of goes to the coaching group to make sure everybody gets them, because you have no idea what it's like to send bulk email. Some of you are blocked on one day and working the next day. Has nothing to do with me. It's simply an algorithm. There's also a link right now in the chat bar for those that have not signed up for your red call this week. Please sign up for your red call this week. And that takes us to where we are, which is playing and scoping trends. So what I'm going to do is show you guys, and Fred will love this, because this is, first of all, Fred, this past week, let's talk about this for a quick second. You did this again. Like, I just saw a recent post. You're playing another trend, like your last post that you just put out. This was a newer one.
Oh, I wanted to talk about this one so bad.
Yeah, I want to talk about it, and then we'll show some of the advocate videos, because Don Betts and a few people have asked me to shoot a video. What can I do with it? Got no problems with that. I'll show you guys all day. But I want to talk about your last post.
Yeah. So anytime that I have stuff that happens to me at my work that I feel can be beneficial to others, kind of like a PSA, a public service announcement, how can I explain this situation so others can benefit without the intention of trying to get leads from it, but from the intention to get good information to my Facebook friends, who will then share it with their friends and say nice things about me and make and write good comment. It's long-term thinking, right? Not short-term is, how can I use this information to make money in my pocketbook? I don't do that for that reason. I know that's going to happen, by the way, but I do it with the intention to help people. So here's, oh, thank you, Lee.
There you go. I'm on it.
Yeah. Yeah. So read this. You know, I had a client, gay couple out here in Palm Springs, super nice guys. I met them through my networking group. And in January, they said, Fred, you know, the property's not in my name. My father died and he did a refinance, and the mortgage company did not put it back into the trust. Well, guess what? Now you have a probate issue. And I don't know if anybody knows what probate issues are like, but they can last 2 years long or more. And you got to pay on that mortgage, you know, whether the property's being lived in or not.
Because a
If there is a
banker
mortgage on it.
forecloses on dead people. We love it. Sorry, had to interject, but I keep saying it to everyone. We foreclose on dead people. They're unable to pay.
Sucks. But
Don't hate the
the
player.
end result
Don't hate the
was-
player. Hate the game.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you know, bank wants to get paid, so they don't, you know, I get it. Those commercials where the kids are, you know, playing out on the front lawn and the parents are sitting in the swing going back and forth, watching the dogs run through the sprinklers. That all goes away when you stop paying your mortgage. It changes the whole scene. But in this particular instance, it frustrated me so much because obviously the mortgage company did not do their job, which I had to pick up the pieces and get everything back. We got the property back into the trust. Now we're refinancing it in the son's name. The trust basically directed the property to the son. Well, since the property was in the father's name and not and in the trust, it was just a messy situation. Thank God for my escrow girls, because they were able to convince the title company and the county recorder to put this back into the trust. So with the direction of the living trust. So pushing all that aside, what I was able to do is write a post here and explain what happened. And the activity level is good. And I've had 3 phone calls from this.
Yeah.
One
Let's
guy-
look at the analytics. And what did this post take you? And I would say this to like someone like Stephen Thompson, who did 2 great videos last week in one, but the first part was this kind of story about fraud, where somebody pretended to be a company and take advantage of old people and like bleed them for like $5,700. And then he stepped in and helped them sell the house. Like that takes you 5 minutes to write up. Like, what did this take you? Really? 5 minutes?
Yeah, it was very, very easy, you know.
So you're
It
looking
was
at
very-
46 people who interacted. So let's talk to the analytics of this. Every one of these people who commented expanded the stream of this story for you to their friends and their friends. On top of that, this is the mind boggler because nobody comments on any of my stuff. I think they're all afraid of me. Truthfully, I live in that world. But look at the interaction, and Fred's responding every time. When somebody likes or does something or comments, I immediately respond back. It expands the footprint of a story. Now, let's talk about the back end. How many phone calls, Fred?
I got 3 calls, and I met a really good guy by the name of Bill Gross. He let me see exactly what he said, because it's very very interesting what he's I'm doing an interview on his program, and he said, "Great speaking with you. Here's the link. I look forward to seeing you today at 5 p.m. And he gave me a link to a Zoom meeting, and he has a weekly show on probate, and he knows that my boots are in the field, and he's been following me on Facebook, he said, for over 10 years. I get this a lot, you know.
Yeah. That's
And he
about the
goes,
only
"And
thing I get in my life. I don't get a lot of, I love the amount of feedback you get. And you're so kind to put my name into stuff as well as other people, but it's, I get my personality. But you're such an open and caring guy. You're open to having these discussions. So when you're talking increasing your footprint, it's being invited on another radio show. It's being invited on a podcast. It's being, somebody share 3 shares, for God's sakes, 3 shares on, like, that's mind blowing on your own personal timeline. This isn't his page. This is your personal timeline. I think we get caught up on this, especially on social media. It's got to be this. It's got to be that. This is literally just on his regular timeline, and it's been shared. And that's really important to note when you're talking expanding footprint. This game of digital marketing is probably the only game outside of doing the direct marketing system, which we bid into the ground last week. And by the way, kudos on everybody for stepping up and start tagging on Monday. I could not believe the number of leads that came in over the last 24 hours. But this is this is the prototypical thing you want to happen in digital marketing. This engagement level, this share level, like, are there 46 people talking about you this week? Are there people who read, 42 people who commented, 3 people, whether or not Fred knows them, sharing his post? And then that leads to calls. And then that leads to this. I cannot stress how paramount these situations are. And this isn't the first time with Fred. Like, some of them are lesser, but when Fred writes something and really throws down on it, you're too kind, Fred. See, it was me. You were never going to win that one. This, right? We're back to your neighbor, right? When it's real and it's personal, real and personal to me on a post, like a testimonial or something great. And then thirdly, because I just saw it about 2 weeks ago, you either play the trend. You just play the trend. You have no choice if you want to be successful. There's a finite number of houses, and we're running out of space for it. Like, it's going to be the person who's online that Fred has a following, and they're rather fervent. Good word, Terrell. Fervent. Go ahead, Fred. I'm sorry to interrupt. I just wanted to explain the market.
Oh, it's okay. I mean, like, I put up an interview with my uncle, and he, was a professional golfer for 40 or 50 years, and we did a Zoom call. If you know any celebrities by any chance, or people that that know celebrities, if you can get them to do an event with you, and I've been able to get some of these people to do events with me. I got the host of the TV show American Ninja Warrior, and we did an event on mindset. I got my buddy who was attacked by a great white shark, and we did an event on mindset. He swam to Catalina after he was attacked by a great white shark, and he did it in 13 hours. And we told his story, and we basically said, hey, look, if you're struggling during COVID, how about having a great white shark bite your ribs and break some of your ribs and cause you to bleed, and get it all caught on video while he's being pulled out of the water, where he's, God forbid, gushing blood everywhere, and he survived. If you have amazing stories of people that get them, tell the story, and let other people be inspired by this. I have another friend of mine who's a singer, and he's phenomenal. He's been on some TV shows, I Can See Your Voice, and he sings the national anthem at the Laker games. And I tell his story. And first of all, people always like to tell their story. And secondly, when I'm telling the story, how can I tell this story to help benefit others? And I'm not looking at it from, how am I going to get leads from this? I'm looking at it from, let's help people. This is someone who was, going through a hard time just like everybody else. But look what he did while everybody else is complaining and doing whatever they're doing. Let's change your mindset a little bit and let's do some positive things. Go to the hospital and go help people in the cancer ward. Do something positive for your mind and for yourself. That's the key to Facebook social media marketing.
The same with Instagram, but they're the same entity. And by the way, if you have a Facebook account, it should be attached to your Instagram account. So you guys can they intertwine now. You just click on a link in the business section. And if that's way over your head, then I recommend you should ask for Daniela's phone number. But Facebook and Instagram are now one and the same. I mean, theoretically, you can individually place them. And if I had to do it with video or images, I would start with Instagram first and then have it cut back to Facebook. But Facebook on the business section now gives you the option of posting that direction. With Elon Musk taking over Twitter, you can rule that one out. TikTok, unless you're running next to your car, or I can't even begin to tell you what I've seen real estate agents do on TikTok and claim and give up on it. By the way, I knew someone extremely successful that I followed it on Facebook doing TikTok that actually generated leads. And then it's so much work to make fun, cute videos. I know I beat a dead horse, but 5 minutes of work for 3 phone calls would be very good marketing to me. Very like above average. And it's just a story. I mean, Stephen Thompson's story last week is a big example of that. And for those of you in red who have files, what are you people doing? Like, this is a no-brainer in my universe. So yes, Walker, to answer your question, you have videos, right? And it's no big deal. You just download one of those videos. They're all framed up for the individual. They're completely professionally done. Hi, everybody. Welcome to your New York Home Advocate Report with your New York Home Advocate, Walker Whiteside. How are you, Walker?
I'm good, Lee. How are you? Thanks for having me here today.
See, you've got a professional video talking about you being an advocate and an expert in the market. I would literally once a week make sure that video goes out. Not a big deal. You can share the link from Facebook. You can share the link. You can upload to Facebook directly. You can upload directly into Instagram. You can upload directly into YouTube. You can add it from Yahoo to Gmail, and it will pop it right on the screen. If you want to use, I keep saying it, MailChimp. Oh my God. MailChimp, I don't even know what their business, I really, for years, have never figured out how their business model works on some level. You give away like the free account. Let me stress this. The free account is mind-boggling to me. Free with a CRM, with a website builder, landing pages, free. This is no joke. You can do 10,000 sends, which would be 5 sends at 2,000. And what it's not talking about, you can connect it to your social media, which would be under the marketing CRM, and it will auto-populate all of those groups for you. And for you crazy LinkedIn people, it would do that as well. This would be no question in my universe. No question. Even if you bought the better version so you could send unlimited emails, which you shouldn't at this point. What do you send, Fred? Maybe 1 a week tops to your list?
I've only sent 1 time this entire year.
Jeez. And you have too much business.
But yeah, it does get overwhelming for me. And I promised myself in 2022, I wasn't going to work as much, and too much free time is not good, and too much working is not good. So 2022 was all about just having a little bit more balance. And the last email that I sent was on January 21st, 2022. But I do my Facebook posts, which definitely generate, business for me. But I do the Facebook posts more as a long-term investment rather than a short-term investment. Sometimes I get short-term leads, but speaking of me, not posting in Facebook groups at all this year. Maybe I've done it once. I posted in Facebook groups once this year, but generally speaking, it's just been to my Facebook friends, and I don't know why or how. Well, I do. I guess I do. But it's been causing a lot of. It's the quality of the content. That's just
What are
it
you
comes
talking
down to.
about? This is the most quality. Hold on. Let me share the screen again. You frustrate me. The quality of the content. It's just a post. You're so freaking humble. It's ridiculous, Fred. All right, let me do that. Share my screen. Here's what he's talking about. And this, I've done this literally a million times. Okay. So your page or your personal page, it doesn't matter really. It doesn't. Let me go to the Home Advocate page. I hate the order of picks. Where am I? There you are. That's where Daniela posts all the stuff. So she's been cranking out for the last half hour videos. Here's Walker's. I'm going to show you exactly what to do. Change this profile. So if I were you, Walker, my advice would be to join New York real estate groups and New York homeowner groups and New York, Brooklyn, etc., like garage groups, etc. Right?
Buy and sell groups.
Buy and sell groups. Then all you have to do, share more options, go to group, watch this. Let's see if I got anything in New York. I think I do have stuff in New York. I know I do. I really believe I do. I can't, it might be on my other profile. Yes, I have two profiles. There we go. Here, real estate in Manhattan. Here you go, Walker. Just for you. Just like this. Done. That just expanded your footprint. Just like that. She's got all your info in the top bar. Yes, it's our 800 number, but it does have your email. But my big deal is always making sure that they have an 800 number to call. It's just like that. And if you can share it to your own personal page or back to your group or share on a friend's profile, do it. All they can say is no, they can take it down, but the group thing is where it's at. Holy crap. In fact, let's add you. Let's see if we can find. How about a real estate mastermind? Here you go. Because you're an advocate and an expert. Boom, done. Just like that. Everybody got it? So if you've got content, especially because they're all on home advocates, let's take Terrell and do one for her. More options. Share to group. These all went up in the last 40 minutes. The more I expand the footprint, the better it'll be when I push the content. So for her, all I have to do is type in LA. See what I've got. Actually, I know the truth. Let's see. For you, let's do California real estate. Boom. Done. That's 500,000 people that potentially have access to Terrell. Just like that. Just like that. Stephen Thompson. Easy squeezy. More options. Share to a group. And yes, we do this for you. But I don't. But this is what we do for you. This is all part of Red. I figured this out a long time ago. Before you hit the button and let it fly, Myra got 51 views, 5 days, like complete plays. Geez, good for you. Why am I getting frozen because I'm doing it too fast? That's a thing. No, Las Vegas is easy. I got plenty of that. So let's do something different with this one. How about the biggest group? And by the way, this is the group that will not allow realtors to post. They do not, which is hilarious. You can buy, sell anything and or talk about anything, but you can't be a realtor. Watch this. I'll keep an eye on the bell bar. See if anybody said no. Oh, look. Ooh, we got one decline. So I got to fix that one. That's fine. Let's wait and see if the group that won't allow realtors will let Stephen Thompson in. I will say it time and time again. Content will even get on these buy-sell groups. Being a realtor is what screws it up for everybody. Was that fun for everybody? Let me start the video. Hey, click, take advantage. If you're in the coaching group, what are you doing? Make sure to be on your Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday calls. Everybody have a good week.